for the British Grand Prix. The drivers are getting themselves set. They're getting themselves together. And I'm not going to forget about you, son. I'm not going to forget about the pit lane starters, but the lights are coming down. They're going ahead. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4, it's 5 lights ahead of the drivers, and it's lights out. And away we go for the British Grand Prix. Here there it goes. It looks like Racer. I'm not sure. It looks like Racer has been able to get a stonking start. He's got a huge gap compared to the other drivers. It's a huge chance to get themselves ahead as he's already moving up ahead. He's already getting the advantage that he needs as we see the Aston Martin moving up into there as well. We've got 4 cars, it seems, fighting through turn 4, but it looks okay. It looks all right as they're coming through turn 5. I'm sorry, I got that a little bit mixed up. But the DRS is already going to be making its effect. It's already going to be making its subjection on to the backstretch. There you go. It's going to break late as Razor steals the lead of the race. Stealthy goes into second place. Dom H currently in third. Romza is in fourth, trying to battle for his life. Fifth is currently Evan, as we've got Dino right there, and a couple of other drivers. ASM, BBQ, Pika. The pick is currently struggling back there. Alcard's also there, Ripads and Sana and Ratatapatata currently sits in last. But have a look at this. Race has already got the lead of the race as the other drivers are going to be trying to get themselves nearer and closer to Razor, which is just peering out ahead, absolutely going for it. This is such a dominant start, already trying to indicate where he's going to go. It's his final race for IFRL as he's starting to have a little bit of a rear step out. Looks like Roms is going to capitalize on this. Looks like Roms is about to take the lead of the race, coming into the final corner, and it's Lomza goes up into first place. Romza leads the race currently. Razor has lost the first place. He's lost a chance, and his pace has fallen in half. Dino's also gone up into first place. Dino's leading the race with 5% chance of the weather changing, so anything could happen in this race. Anyone could crash. Anything could affect the racing order coming into this, but Razor's already losing position by position. Maybe it's fuel mix. Maybe it's something to do with the RB18 struggling to pick up power, but it must seem that Razor's losing a little bit of time, but it looks like he's about to make up for it here. He's going down the backstretch. He's got no DRS, but it looks like just with so much pace, we're going to get on board with him here. Coming into turn 6, he's going to break late into turn 6. He's going to try and get a slipstream or something that's going to give him an advantage over Romza there, which is starting to sneak out ahead. Romza is finally leading a race in IFRL, but look, have a look at this. It's Dino coming into Cop's corner. He's coming into turn 9. He's going to make it through there. He's going to make it side by side with the young man. No, it's actually Dino which is leading the race. It's Romza which is in second place. I'm sorry about that. Sorry for that mistake, but look at that. It's lap 3 out of 27. As we can see, Razor is struggling to keep it together. He's struggling to keep it on the track, as it's just looking like it's not going to be his way. It's not going to be his chance, as Razor is going to be trying every single thing that he can to keep himself into the best position. This is absolutely crazy, absolutely admirable, as we're all going to be trying to close the gap to Dino, which is already stonking out ahead, and it looks like the Ferrari of Evan is going to be side by side with Romza coming into turn 1. It looks like Evan's going to try and make a move. Evan is going to become Romza's nemesis there, as Evan has also going to be starting to battle with Razor. It looks like Dom H's teammate is struggling to get some things down there, but it looks okay. These drivers are all pushing along. They're all pushing together, as these guys know it's so much of an importance to get up ahead of Dino, because if Dino continues this streak, he continues to win, it might be very, very saddening for their championship and for their chance at winning and stoking themselves up in IFRL history. So we're going to need to wait as things go. 2 seconds currently remaining there, as these guys will be absolutely trying everything that they can, absolutely going for everything that they can, because this is going to be the moment. Evan has just moved up ahead of Romza coming into there. Looks like Evan's going to be trying to find a chance, trying to find an opportunity. Dino is still improving his first and second sector. Breaks late coming into that corner, has a little bit of a step out coming through turn 10. It's looking okay, but Evan is absolutely on it now. Evan, the championship contender, is going to need to get ahead of these drivers, need to get ahead of the RB18 of Razor, which is looking just so slow. He's not been able to keep up with Dino, which is 2.3 seconds ahead. But here comes Evan. Evan will try to do something into turn 1, but have a look at that. We're going to go behind, as Roms is getting stoked upon by Stealthy, which is looking to get himself up into P4. Stealthy's going to try something into turn 3. He goes. It looks okay. He's going to try and make the switchback work. Roms is losing position by position. Maybe it's fuel mix, but Stealthy takes it up. He goes up into P4. Stealthy's making huge moves up into turn 5. He goes, and he's also going to get the beautiful DRS from the couple of others which are ahead of him. So it's DRS for Stealthy. No, he's missed the chances. They're all on the exact same spot in their screens, and they're nowhere near Dino, which is stonking out ahead with a 2-second gap, as Razor begins to hone in on the Williams there. But we're going to need to wait and see how things go, as Pika and ASM in the back. We're going to go look at a bit further back, as Outguard is currently situated in P9. P10 is BBQ, which is about to get overtaken by Senna. Senna is also a very dominant driver, a man which is also was in the championship, but if he was to come back and get himself into there, as Pick Gamer comes into the pits very early, yes, because who do you think is going to win this race? Who do you think is going to have that chance?
I'm talking about Pick. He's standing on the pit lane and he's not doing anything. Like he's standing on the place where you're supposed to pit and he's not moving. I have no idea what is he doing.
It looks like the
But
Alpine team.
but Dino is probably going to win this one. Looking at his pace.
His pace is very, very strong with a 2.6 second gap, as Evan has got a 2.8 second gap, as Roms is trying to get himself up there. Pick says he is retiring. The Pick says it is over for him. He's going to come into the pits and retire the car. So there goes the Alpine. He doesn't find any face. He doesn't want to find a chance at winning this race or even contending for this race. But it's now 21 laps remaining. So Dino will need to figure out how things will go, as everyone I've spotted is starting on the mediums. But how will the strategies end up? How will the strategies change, as these drivers will need to make sure that they do their one combat change, and if they are to not, they could be disqualified. It is that dire to not do it, so they need to make sure that they're consistent with their lap times, consistent with how they're going to be coming into the pits. But have a look at this. It's a 2.6 second gap from Razor to Dino. Dino's already stroking out ahead, as Evan is making a move on Romza yet again. These two have been fighting for the past couple of laps. Coming into turn 11 they go. It looks like Evan has lost the position to Romza, but he's going to get the switch back off the right-hand camber of turn 11. He's going to come into turn 12. He's going to be ahead of the Williams driver, and Evan, of course, statically takes up a P4 yet again. P3 actually, as he's about to start his onslaught on trying to catch up to Razor, but Romza's not done. Romza's going to try something into turn 3. He's going to try and get the switch back yet again, and there goes Romza. It is a side-by-side battle almost through every single corner from these two. Looks like the Ferrari's just struggling to get anything ahead of Romza. He's just struggling to get himself ahead of Razor, which is Razor trying to close that gap to Dino, but Dino's just stonking out ahead. Dino's got a 2.7 second lead currently, so that is just showcasing what's happening in this race. 2.5 seconds now as Romza takes the fastest first sector. Looks like Romza's starting to step on it a little bit there, so he's going to be trying to keep it all together. Maybe Romza might even have to change the fuel mix a little bit, maybe try to go into the lead and then start to attack in the latter stages of this race. And Romza is definitely attacking now. He wants to get ahead of Razor now, as he is gaining. It's not enough with the slipstream enough, but he is going to be close enough to try and make a dink into turn 11. He's going to continue his onslaught. He's going to continue trying to make something work into turn 11. He's going to try and break later than Razor. Razor is struggling. He's looking at his rear mirrors because he knows the Williams is trying to get himself up there. Williams need a 1-2 here. The Ferraris are currently dropping to the lower ends of the points, as Dom H is on the hards, but the hards are just not working in any shape of form, as Dino started stepping it. Dino still has the fastest lap. It's 3 seconds from Dino to Razor, 3.4 from Razor to 4/10 from Razor to Romza, and it's a 3/10 from Romza to Evan, as Stealthy is currently knocking it down. It's a very good result currently from Stealthy, currently P5, but it's not the best from his teammate BBQ, which is trying to close that gap to Dom H, which is currently not in this DRS. So he is going to be trying something here. Let's see what BBQ's got. No, he's just not got enough pace to close that. But Alcard is battling with the Aston Martins now. Alcard has started his push as well. He's going to try and make the move around ASM. ASM's going to need to look in the rear mirrors, be conscious of who is behind him. He has his teammate up ahead, but Alcard's going to slow down a little bit, as there's a huge gap there. But I think Alcard might be more satisfied as sitting in the DRS there. But there we go. We've got Stealthy trying to make his way through. It's 4 cars currently battling for second place, so anything could happen in this race. 5% chance of anything changing, as we can see on my dash. Well, on the thing there, but Ripad is currently fighting in the lower ends of this place. He's probably hoping and praying for a safety car there, but he has retired in the pits, that young man. So Dino will need to be looking at that. 3 seconds for Razor, and it's 3.5 for Romza there, as Evan has got a 3.9 second stop there. So let's see what he's got coming through there. But we've got 4.7 seconds from Stealthy to the top, so Stealthy will need to start going on it, as he's got ASM starting to hone in. Yeah, ASM is being told about Alcard's pace. Alcard goes up ahead of Pika, so Pika's definitely dropped off the pace, as ASM has started to realize that Alcard is pushing, Alcard is going for it, and Alcard is beginning to get closer and closer to the young Swedish driver. So Dino still leads us away, 3.1 seconds the gap. It looks like things are starting to iron out a little bit down on the track, but it looks like Evan is yet again starting to push on Romza, and Evan takes third place yet again. Side by side action coming into turn 11, but Romza goes out ahead again, and it looks like Evan's going to try and make something work into turn 10. It looks like 11 might look like his subjective corner. Let's see if he's going to be able to make the switch back yet again. Here comes Evan. Evan will try to get himself ahead. No, he's not going to make it switch back. He's not going to be able to find any grip on the outside lanes of this track. So he's going to need to be more patient, more wary, and not try to drop out of the DRS of any of these drivers, as Dino continues his go, as we've got 17 laps now remaining. So these drivers will need to continue going. Outguard is currently battling with Pika. Pika's not letting him pass. Pika's going to try and go up the around the outside, up the inside. He's going to be having to figure out which way would work best for that Aston Martin car. We know that car has a lot of pace. We know that car has a lot of performance in it. So the AlphaTauri is currently hanging on for dear life. The only AlphaTauri down on the track currently. Its teammate might have just bogged out and decided not to race this weekend. Razor is now 3.8 seconds away from Dino, as Romza started to gain a little bit of time on Razor. It looks like Romza might be trying to get ahead of Razor, as Razor goes a little bit wide coming through on turn 7, and he's about to come through 8 and 9. He goes past 9, and Romza's going to be trying to get onto that DRS, trying to get onto that huge slipstream. That's going to give him a chance at having a look at him, as Romza's going to want to get the 1-2 for his team, want to get the 1-2 for his clan, as he's going to be most indefinitely keeping the knocking down, keeping Razor under pressure, because Razor might potentially make a mistake judging on how these guys are going. So Razor stays out. They're still going out. The pits have not opened for these drivers yet. Well, they are open. It's just the pit window is not open for any of them. None of them have decided to come into the pits. So we're going to need to wait and see how things will be managed. Things will go in this latter stages of this race. So we're going to need to wait and hope and watch how these things will happen, as he's having a little bit of a go on the outside strong stages of this track. So there goes Dino trying to close that gap. Well, no, Romza's trying to get himself close enough, as it looks like Romza is almost able to pull out a second from him, as it looks like ASM has gotten up ahead of Stealthy, which means Stealthy is losing a little bit of pace, or he's either conserving his tyres. Ripat has come into the pits for let's see what tyres he's going to go on. He's coming to the pits for the hard tyre compound. Ripat has decided to go into the hards. I doubt that the hards are working at all, because look at Dom H. Dom H has been on the hards and he's not found any time or tyres in the entire race. So Dom H is not going to be, he's 18.1 seconds, so he would be eventually ahead of the people which box ahead of him, but it's not really going to be a big enough advantage to keep himself safe. So it's actually currently increasing, so I don't think staying that out, or staying on the going on the hards, would be the best decision, as Romza's lost a little bit of time, and yeah, he's lost a lot of time to Razor. I'm not sure if that might have been Romza having a little bit of an issue there, but look at that. Stealthy comes into the pits, and Senna joins him. Senna comes into the pits as well. Who will have the better exit? Who will have the better pit stop there? Senna goes early. Senna goes into the earlier pit box, expecting to have a better time, expecting to come out ahead. No, he's going to have a longer pit stop onto the soft. Stealthy keeps his advantage. BBQ comes into the pits, so the undercut has been initiated on the drivers up front, as Romza has dropped on off the place dramatically and drastically, as Evan has closed that gap hugely. It looks like Evan is going to try and just keep it together. He doesn't want to cause too much havoc and lose too much time to Razor or Dino, in fact, because Dino's got a 3.9 second gap to the rest of them, as Dino is did have 4 seconds, but he's lost a little bit of time to Razor. So we're going to need to see how things go for this race, as Dino continues to go as quick as he can. But there we go. ASM's getting a person best. ASM's what? Yeah, he's
ahead of Evan.
He's flying. He is ahead of Evan as well. You're very right about that. But let's see what the pit box is going to say. Dino comes in. Dino boxes for a new set of tires. Razor, what's his plan? Razor stays out another lap. Romza follows him. It looks like Evan's going to follow him as well. ASM stays out. Looks like Outguard is going to come in as well. It's the another initiator. If the undercut will work in any such way, will these guys which pit earlier have an advantage? Stealthy will try his hardest, uttermost, but Dino is going to come up ahead easily as Romza has a little bit of a long stop. He's not going to have the biggest advantage as he possibly could be, but Stealthy is most definitely not going to undercut any of these drivers coming out of the pits. I think he actually is going to undercut Pika. Yeah, he's gotten up ahead of Pika, but I think he was ahead of him. Either way, no, Outguard has also been undercut by Stealthy. So Stealthy's battling with, I think that is Dom H. I'm not sure. No, it's his teammate, Evan. He's battling with Evan there, but have a look at this. Romza has apparently gotten up ahead of Dino, but I do doubt it, as Dino is currently just had crossed the first sector line. So Dino's gone mediums, and will probably have the softs for the last stint, but Razor stayed out one lap longer. ASM has joined him. ASM has also got the DRS there, so this might pay dividends for these guys, because if ASM has the DRS, he will be most definitely faster than Dino coming around these corners, but into the sectioned off and cornery sections, he might not have the best advantage. 6.9 seconds, so these guys definitely won't come out ahead of Dino, and they might lose time, but they're expecting to gain time on the second round of pit stops. ASM stays out another lap, hoping for a safety car, it must seem, from ASM. ASM is hoping that there is a safety car. He stays out again. He is going to be losing time. He is going to now end up P11 if he were to box now. So ASM, I don't know what the plan is, but he is wanting to get out ahead of Razor. That is a fact. Razor has had a little bit of a long stop. Razor goes on to the softs. Razor decides to go onto the softs, as Razor will not come out ahead of most of the people that he thinks he's going to come out ahead. He's going to come out right behind Evan though, so that's not really where he would want to be. Senna is trying to close that gap. Outguard has been outrun, and I'm not trying to make any funny comments with his name, but it looks like he's had a little bit of an indecent pit stop window, and that's costed him that chance at getting up ahead of them. So ASM leads the race 3.5 seconds. Dino is going to be continuously going and losing down the lap time, so he's going to need to see what ASM is going to have to offer. ASM has no DRS, by the way, so Razor almost indefinitely get out ahead of him. ASM has maybe done a major mock-up with his strategies. Pika has a decent strategy. He's going to be falling in to the rest of the pack, but I don't know about ASM. ASM's strategy looks a little bit questionable, because it just doesn't seem that ASM will have that advantage. He's going to have 3 laps advantage over everyone, but I don't think it's going to be that big in the latter stages. But we're going to need to wait and see if it will work out. He will also need to be hoping for a very fast pit stop here. He'll be hoping that the pit stop is the fastest that he's ever going to get. ASM tries to go through goes Dino. Stealthy's also going to come through. Stealthy's somehow been able to make his pit stop work that much. I think the advantage is that huge, because Razor's not been able to get up ahead of Stealthy, so it might seem that the advantage is pretty good. ASM got a very good stop there. Coming out of the pits, he's going to come right behind Evan. It's a very good stop. It's a very good chance, and he is ahead of Senna. Senna's not been able to make that cut work, as ASM has now also folded in to DRS, so that's a very good way to go, as Dom has had a huge mock-up on his strategy, which is costing him P10 there. BBQ might even have a chance to overtake him coming out of the pits there. Yes, he does overtake him. Ripad has no chance. He's way too behind, but BBQ is currently now up ahead of Dom H, which is now going to be the fight for P10 unless the safety car comes out to mix everything up. Cause, how are you feeling? How's the race going in your eyes?
I think it's going good. That's pretty much what I have to say.
That is all that you've got
And
to
yeah,
say, Estelle.
the Dino is probably going to win this, judging from the gap between him and Stealthy.
Yeah, it looks interesting through there, but Dino's going to need to be a little bit more warrantful of his teammate there. Romza is currently P3, and so his teammate is going to be trying to battle and get himself through. But look at that, Razor's tires have started and been able to switch on, so Razor is now up into P2 with a 7.8 second a deficit to Dino, so Dino will need to be more careful of how this race will go, but I doubt that his strategy will work in his favor, because Dino will eventually have the faster tires near to the end of the race, and the better fuel mix. So I'm not sure if this will work out in the race's favor, but who knows what could happen in the latter stages of this race. No one is currently crashing, but it does get a lot hectic in this track, and when it becomes very, very congested, and drivers might make some mistakes and crash out in this race. But anything can happen, as Riphad is currently still on the hards. I think Ratatapatata has joined him on the hards, but the hards are unusable. I'm not sure if these drivers know that at all. But BBQ and Stealthy are being urged on by their engineer, which is just came back for moral support to help his drivers, to help them get closer and more further up there. But Ratatapatata will need to start being watchful of Dino, because Dino is going to be starting to close up to Ratatapatata, which is trying to go there. But Roms is also being urged on, trying to get himself up ahead. Roms is going to try and get himself into second place. Roms does. No, it looks like Stealthy's not going to battle this one. You know, he's going to try and make himself go up ahead, as we've got blue flags. Ratatapatata. Blue flags for Ratatapatata. He needs to get himself behind Dino as soon as possible through there, but Dino and Ratatapatata is not giving Dino that, but yeah, there he goes, he gives Dino there. But Razor is got a purple first, and it looks like Stealthy and Romza continue to battle, continue to have a war through turn 7, through turn 8, they're about to come past. Stealthy's been able to have a little bit of a step out. Romza's going to try and make it into turn 9, you know, this is a very dangerous corner, a lot of people have gone off here. Looks like Stealthy has been able to retain P3 just at the moment, just at this chance, but Roms has not gotten any DRS, surprisingly enough. But it looks like BBQ's just an E, as I don't know what's happened there. It seems like he's had
Nothing
a
happened
huge...
to him.
Yeah, he's okay. I thought he crashed there. That would have been a very interesting safety car. BBQ, what is this? As his team boss is not very happy with his performance currently. He is absolutely berating him. That is not going to be the best thing. But as we can see, I think someone's just gotten a... no, that's Ratatapatata letting everyone by, because he is now have been caught up by the rest of them. So Razor continues his gapping of Stealthy, Romza, Evan, Outguard, and ASM, I think that is. Yep, ASM. Then Senna, which is currently falling off the pace a little bit more. But there, we still have Dino improving. He's still going not as fast as he possibly could, but he's definitely showcasing he's got a lot more than anyone else in this track. He's just so much dominant, but I normally say such things and then he tends to crash. So I'm going to try and put a curse on him here today. And I'm going to say Dino, he's just so clean, he's just so fast, and I doubt he's just most indefinitely probably going to win this race. But you know, I hope things go different, and who knows if he's going to be able to win this race, because anything can happen in this race, and we still have a 5% chance that it changes to a dry weather. So I'm going to put it down. Oh, actually, what the heck happened here?
Come on, ASM.
There, but we're going to be watchful of how things go down on the track. BBQ. But Razor's got it down there. Razor's got a huge chance there, but he's going to be trying his best to keep it on the track there. But there we go. It's Stealthy that continues his onslaught. It's Stealthy which continues to bring it up, which continues to bring it on, as we do still have a 5% chance that things could change down on the track, as Senna says Gid. Oh, and Senna's crashed. Senna has crashed. He's crashed out off the circuit, but I'm not sure if he's able to move any further there. But oh my goodness, Senna has had a huge offing there. He's had a huge crash, you fraud. And safety car, and the safety car will be coming out. Safety car will be coming out.
Yep.
The safety car will be coming out for Senna. Senna has just died in the pit lane there, but the safety car, not the pit lane, into the first turn. He's absolutely sent it as Dino comes in. What will Razor say? What will Razor be? Senna has just caused havoc in the latter stages of this race.
Hop in.
There he goes. Senna is being told to hop in there. So let's see what Dino's got. As Dino comes into the pits, a lot of them are going to be dialing into the pits. Whatever.
I'm gonna get you to the pit lane when I go down. Yeah, go in. I'm just gonna wait for Where's
As
Dino?
there we go. It looks like Razor's been able to get up ahead of Romza there. When safety car in, it's not going to be coming in for a while as we've got these guys trying to cut
ASM.
muscle up. So
Oh, so it is ASM. Yeah.
there. So yes, speed up a little bit, would you, cuz? So we're going to be
Oh, yep.
waiting
Okay. I'm gonna go
uh,
faster.
there. But I don't know what the Aston Martin's doing. I'm not sure. Speed up safety car. As what's
Thank
Dino doing?
you, Kazu. You're Kazuki.
Dino ASM. Wait, who's in first? Who was in first? What's going on
It,
here?
it was Aston Martin of ASM, I believe.
Yeah,
He
okay.
he
Oh,
he just
he's
he just didn't pit. That's the
okay. Okay. 20 out of the 27 laps to go. Safety
motto.
cars in.
Instead of talking shit here, you could finally race in F2. Since I have you in my team. Senna, god damn it! He hopped out of the car. Senna, will you reset or all right?
As these
Uh,
drivers are going to dial into the pits, they are going to fly into the pits. Razor decides that he wants to stay out. Razor decides
yeah,
that these
yes.
tires will be the best for him. So there he goes. They're going to be trying their best to make things happen, trying their best to make things go their way. As Razor's going to be trying to get themselves, so safety car coming in this lap. It's coming in this lap. As Razor decides that he wants to stay out there. I'm very confused about that. He had so much time to come into the pits. It would be the better option to come into the pits there. So we're going to be warrantedly watching there as all these drivers are piling out of the pits, it looks like there. So we're going to need to wait and see how things go. If you are to overtake under the safety car, that might be a very dubious. Do not go under safety car in.
Yeah, Ratata can go. Razor is just apparently chilling enough in P1.
Tell me when you're in. Tell me when you're in.
Alright, alright. I just have a few corners ahead of me and I'll be down. I mean, I'll be in.
Yeah.
Right, I just went into the pit. Well, he hasn't, but
Yeah, he won't have a chance.
he was like 1.5 minutes behind everyone, so obviously he won't catch up to 2 laps.
There goes Razor. Razor begins his go. He begins his chance as he crosses the line, and he goes and he starts his onslaught there. It looks okay. It looks all good as these drivers begin to go. It's Ratata won't have a chance to reach a lap. He was not quick enough, or not even. He was too far away for me
Where
to
are
get
you?
him onto our leading lap. But anyway, Razor leads us away with his 9/10 gap. He's going to be trying to nurse those tires all the way up to the end, as these drivers will need now, needing to keep it together. It's 5 laps till the end, so we've still got a chance for things to change in this race. Still got a chance for things to go upwards for these drivers. Evans finally fighting for the first places because Razor is currently apparently didn't decide to box. So here he comes into this corner. He's going to be trying everything that he possibly can. Goes a little bit wide through there, and he's going to be trying his best to close that gap as Evan's going to try and go down the inside on both of the Williams. There goes Evan. Evan does go down the inside. He does take both of the Williams down the around the inside, and he's able to get himself up there. He's able to get himself into the best place. Rippad's also been trying to make himself through there, but Razor's now being pressured by Romza. Romza's trying to make himself up into P1, but the BB Queen's apparently having a little bit of an indecent go there, but there goes Razor around the final corner. It's 4 laps till the end. This is going to be it. This is going to be the moment. Will Razor retain and finally get an IFRL race win? He's going to be trying to drive off into the sunset. It's his final race. It's his final chance, and it's lap 23 out of 27 as it goes through darkness. It rains in this place of Britain. It decides to absolutely go down. It smokes the tank track. It goes full bone rain as the rain hits the circuit. It absolutely smokes the circuit. BBQ apparently is about to get the easiest of wins as he goes onto the wet tires there.
Wets.
Yeah, BBQ. He's gone onto the wets very, very early. He's been able to get a chance. There, the rain has gifted him the biggest opportunity in his entire life. These drivers will be absolutely hoarding it to get into the pits there. BBQ's coming into softs because he hasn't set a title. Then he benefited from it.
Yeah.
And Kazoo was absolutely screaming at him because of this. But at the start of the race, Kazoo was saying this guy is absolutely struggling for it. But it looks like BBQ will finally get a chance. Unless I don't think BBQ will actually make it. I'll be honest. Wait, where is he? Is he sector? No, I don't think. I don't think BBQ's gonna get it.
He will catch up to the leaders, but
I doubt it. I doubt if they have a quick stop. If they have a quick stop, oh my goodness, as they're having huge massacres of things coming around the final corner. He's currently 29 seconds behind.
They're struggling as hell.
Oh my goodness,
struggling as fuck.
They're all coming into the pits. This is what we've been hoping for. This is what we've been looking for. As it's 52%. Will BBQ come out ahead? Yeah, he's not going to catch up. He's not going to come up ahead. Stealthy and Rippad will definitely be behind BBQ. But Dino, it goes out ahead. Dino takes the lead of the race. He's on the wets. This is literally Dino's tire. Safety car window is closed here. But yeah, it's wait. Just wait till the lap end. Yeah, the safety car window is closed there, but Romza will now have to have a chance and have to have a battle with Razor. Peak is also there. Peak is going to be trying to keep himself in P4. There we go.
Wait, what do you mean red flag? It's not 90% yet. Yeah, it's not going any higher. It's not gonna be a red flag.
So there they go. It's not going to reach the percentage that they've been wanting to see there, but all they've got, all they're going, how high?
90%. Or if he's not in the VC, yeah.
But there we go. It looks like Razor's going to be battling Romza all the way up to the end, as these two will be battling on for the second place. Dino's already pulled up a 7.1 seconds section there, but that is unbelievable. How are the chances in this race turning out like this? It's 90% at 2 go. So the safety car window is now closed as BBQ has a cut slowdown. Then Stealthy goes through. Stealthy takes the lead and all takes over his teammate there. So Stealthy's up ahead coming into there. So that's going to be very intriguing. That's going to be very interesting. Coming across there, but that is unbelievable. That is sectioned off in such a high manner. As we can see, these guys will be absolutely going for it. Dino will now have an easy drive, a clean drive all the way up to the end, unless he makes a mistake in the wets. So let's see how things will go. It's not going to be the best for him. He's going to need to just keep it down. He's going to need to keep it on the track as Romza's trying to get himself up ahead. Romza gets up ahead of Razor. Razor gets unlucky. Oh, but Romza slides, slipping and sliding over every single corner. But Razor's still losing that chance, still losing that position as Razor needs to hang on. He needs to go over there. Yeah, he nearly lost it on the straight. But there we go. We've got Razor trying to get himself up there. Razor's going to be needing to fight very hard for that. As we can see, he's going to be trying very, very hard. He's going to be putting everything on the line, everything around this entire circuit, as we're going to see. This is going to be it. This is going to be the moment that he's been waiting for. Lap 26 out of 27. It will be lap 26 out of 27. Who will take the second place? Who will keep it on the track? Who will keep it all together? As it looks like Roms is going to need to keep it together. He's going to need to keep this gap as short as, not as
Guys in
close.
fourth, what the hell?
Yeah, Peak has done a madness again. He's currently fending off both the Ferraris coming through turn 3 and 4. That's very interesting
Pika.
from the AMR. The AMR is absolutely on it. The AMR 22 is looking very good, I must say so myself. That thing is looking very achievous, I must say. But the Dyno continues with an 8.9 second gap. The rain has come into his favor. It's blessed him in such a special way as these drivers are going a little bit wide, but Dyno has a huge slide coming through there, almost costing him that chance. So he's going to lose a couple of seconds. He's going to lose a couple of chances coming through there, but looks like Razor is beginning to fall off the pace as well. There might be a fuel mix there as Romza and Dino are looking to make a 1-2 for the Williams team respectively. This might be something crazy as Alperen says, as I scared. As I was getting a heart attack as it looks like Romza is having a little bit of an incident there. Dino Shishable moment. Yeah, he's really pulling out ahead. He's really putting it on these drivers. He's just working so much harder. He's just got so much more pace other than them. As we can see, Dino's on the final lap. That is it. As Peak is going to be trying his best to hold these Ferraris up. As he's going to be trying to get the switch back. As he's going to be trying to go down the backstretch into turn 1. Peak is going to try and keep the Ferraris behind. He's not been able to keep Dom behind. He's not going to be able to keep Evan behind, as it looks like he's struggling to keep it on the track, but he's going to try and make the switch back on a dry line, the line that's mostly for the tires, which are just ungripped and unsurfaced, as it's currently wet and dreaded. So these drivers will need to find something. As we can see, Pika has a huge slide coming off of that corner, so he's going to need to keep it down, need to keep it together. Dino still keeps a 11.9 second the gap from Romza to Razor, so Razor is currently looking okay. Dom H is currently going to be fighting with Pika. Pika is fighting for P4. He's fighting with his life. He's fighting with the Ferraris, which are trying to get themselves into a decent position to have some points nullifications, so they're not losing out too much. But have a look at this. What a race. This guy, this man, this Dino Monkey, a man from Southampton, Dino Monkey, has done it yet again. This man continues his dominance. He continues to win, and Dino Monkey will do it at his home. He will do it in the Principalities of Great Britain. Dino Monkey has done it again. He will win the British Grand Prix, skidding to the line, and he has finally done it. He's finally won the British Grand Prix. It will be a 1-2 for the Williams, as we can see behind. Races under pressure, but it will be a 1-2. Dino takes a win at home, but it's not just Dino which is going to be happy. It's going to be Romsa that's happy. He's won. Well, he's finished second place in there, but Razor finishes third. Dom finishes in fourth. Pika finishes in fifth. Alcott finishes in sixth. What's happened to Evan? Evan's finished in seventh.
Hey,
ASM's
Pika,
finished
really
in
close.
eighth. Oh my goodness, a stealthy